Okay, he's plugging something in. There's a robot. Do you guys see the robot? Oh my man's messing with the robot's head. There's some headphones. What's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? Whew, I can't wait to see. Oh my goodness. He's putting headphones on the robot's head. Oh my God, they're getting serious now. You know, when the headphones go on the robot's head, a company is trying to change the game. Hey, what's up everyone? It is NAMM week and everyone's coming out with their new and exciting products, and one of the most new and exciting products to me is a product called Headphone Lab, a little piece of software released by Beyerdynamic, the manufacturer of my DT990 mixing and monitoring headphones. Why is this so exciting to me? One, because it's free. Two, because it does something that I would have to pay for otherwise, and that is deliver a flat frequency response on my headphones to sort of finally reference my end game mixes. It also delivers loudspeaker emulation, sort of like room emulation, and that's cool too. I never really mix outside of the studio environment, but if I ever had to mix solely on headphones, that would be a nice to have. So let's jump onto their website and just take a look at what's going on here. We got their marketing copy, your studio in your headphones. And as you can see here, they show you the original frequency response curve of your headphones. You just put in your headphone model and you click the button and boom, flat frequency response. It also gives you loudspeaker emulation right here, and that is 60 degrees, 40 degrees, and 80 degrees. I did that in the wrong order, but that sort of reminds me a little bit of Slate VSX's near field, midfield, wide field, far field monitors setup that they have in their software that comes with their headphones. Beyerdynamic is throwing down the gauntlet. I'm sure that they've lost a little bit of marketing share to these emulation headphones, so they're putting out a piece of software themselves that works in tandem with the hardware that they sell at no additional cost to people that already own and no additional cost to people that are buying. And you get to use this to sort of either do loudspeaker emulation or just have a flat frequency response in the headphones that you always use. So that's sort of what's going on here. And how does it work? Well, you put in your headphone model number and it has a customized curve based on your model. Now, there's also an option to put in the serial number of your headphones. And if you do that, well, it'll tune it to the specific components in your model number, which I don't know where the serial number is on these, and I'm too lazy to figure it out. And getting an exactly flat frequency response isn't that big a deal to me. So I haven't done that, but you can do that if you wanted to. And so you may ask, and these are the compatible headphones, all the way from their $159 DT270 Pros all the way up to the top of the line DT1990 Pros Mark II, $700. And so you might be wondering, if this flattens out the curve, what's the deal? Well, this FAQ will answer right here. Will Headphone Lab make my DT headphones sound like other headphone models? No, the Headphone Lab optimizes your DT Studio headphones towards a more neutral, mix-ready tuning while always respecting the characteristic sound of the respective model. And I think they don't explain how they do that, but they kind of have to say that, because if it makes all the headphones sound the same, then why wouldn't you just buy the cheapest ones? I'm sure that's a conundrum that they've discussed in marketing meetings, and so they want you to know that your initial sound signature of the specific headphone model you bought will be maintained even if you're using the software, which I don't know how they would do that, but apparently that's what the story is. So I'm going to show you how this works. It's going to be completely meaningless to you unless you have this specific model of headphone, which is the Beyerdynamic DT990 Pro. But what I'll do is I'll just pull up a quick project here in Cubase, and I'll put this Headphone Lab here. It's under Beyerdynamic Spatial Headphone Lab. Turn it on, and we'll open up the plugin control, and you'll see these two things. You can choose your headphones from here, add new headphones, and these are the models that it supports. I'm sure that this information is also available on their website. And I have the DT990 Pro 80 ohms. This is what they say is the frequency response graph of that particular model, which is kind of wild. It's all over the place. I click this button and it calibrates it. So if we play a little bit of audio, and this is going to be meaningless unless you have the headphones, but we'll just listen to what pre-calibrated and post-calibrated sounds like. Okay, this is without the calibration curve. With it. Without it. And with it. So that's what it sounds like. I know that it's not going to be meaningful unless you own this specific pair of headphones, but now I can uncalibrate it and use the speaker emulation, which I'm not entirely certain, but I feel like this would work whether or not you had Beyerdynamic headphones. I mean, I'm sure that it would be a little wonky if you don't have the exact model. They'd probably tweak it a little bit, but it might work with other headphones. I don't know. Give it a shot. I haven't given it a shot, but give it a shot if you want to, and see if you can get loudspeaker emulation through headphones that aren't Beyerdynamics. That would be interesting to hear. Let me know in the comments if it does work for you. But I'll just play you back a little bit of audio. This is uncalibrated with loudspeaker response. So if you are wearing headphones, especially if you're wearing these headphones, this is what it'll sound like when you're using the loudspeaker emulation, and I have it turned up all the way. So here we go. 60 degrees. 80 degrees. Bypassed. So you get the idea of how it all works. It's a loudspeaker emulation and a headphone calibration all in one plugin. I haven't tried it with other headphones, but I'm sure the loudspeaker emulation would work even if you're not using Beyerdynamic headphones. That sort of stands to reason to me because it works across their entire product line. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but that's my guess. And it's kind of a cool thing to have. It's a fun thing to have. I know that Slate VSX, the headphones cost $250. SonarWorks is a plugin that's offered that does something very similar to this for money. And Beyerdynamic has said, well, let's try to sell our headphones by making this feature completely free, which they have done with Headphone Lab. It's kind of cool for a company to just add functionality to their hardware after you've had them for years and then give it away for free. And for that, I'm excited about this feature, Headphone Lab by Beyerdynamic, NAMM 2026. I hope you guys have a great day. And if you have enjoyed this video or found it at all useful, please feel free to like or subscribe. I will catch you next time. Peace.